Okay. Hi guys. Today we are gonna discuss about the news related to SDG 2, which is zero hunger, and SDG 4, which is quality education. So I'm gonna start with the news related to SDG 2, which is zero hunger. So hi guys, my name is Tanush Maran. My matrix number is 2250144. Malaysia faces a silent crisis regarding Sustainable Development Goal 2, which is zero hunger. Despite our economic growth, childhood stunting has climbed to 24.3%, and nearly 6 million Malaysians face food insecurity due to soaring costs. However, a major news from this very month, June 2026, shows a decisive shift in how our government is handling this emergency. Despite the tight fiscal environment and sweeping budget cut across federal ministers, the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security successfully protected RM 2.8 billion in food production subsidies. They choose to trim promotional events rather than cut a single cent from the farmers who feed us. Even more importantly, the government just rolled out a three-tier plan to cushion our food producers from global inflation. This includes exempting essential agriculture inputs from taxes and raising planting incentives to RM 300 per hectare. Alongside these financial injections, a landmark Food Security Act is currently being drafted to legally protect our food supply chain from future global shocks and climate issues like El Nino. To achieve zero hunger and reverse our malnutrition crisis, we must lower food production costs and legally protect our farmers. These June 2026 policies are the crucial first step to fixing our food system and securing our children's future. That's it from my news, guys. What do you guys think, and what's your news regarding the SDGs?
Uh, that's a that's a good point from you, Tanush, and thank you for the explanation. I would like to continue by talking about SDG 4, which is quality education. SDG 4 meant to assume that everyone has access to inclusive and quality education and lifelong learning opportunities. According to the UNICEF Malaysia Education 2030 report, Malaysia has made a good progress by improving access to education, strengthening teacher training, and expanding digital learning. However, there are still challenges such as unequal access to education in rural areas, learning gap after the COVID-19 pandemic, and limited support from children with disabilities. Therefore, the government, school, and community need to work together to provide equal learning opportunity for every child. Uh, in, in conclusion, achieving SDG 4 is important because quality education help create skill, knowledge, and responsible citizens who can contribute to sustainable development and the country future. How about you guys?
All right. Thank you, Tengku, for your report. Now I'll be continuing about SDG 2, which is Zero Hunger, and my news report. My name is Tashan Analalaki Balamurgan. My matrix number is 2250141. So let's get into it. Okay, so the world is currently facing a serious challenge in achieving Sustainable Development Goal 2, which aims to end hunger and ensure food security for all. United Nations Agency, global food insecurities remain at alarmingly high levels. All right. And despite some progress in certain regions, the world is not on track to meet the zero hunger target by 2030. Hunger and malnutrition continue to persist especially in low income and conflict affected countries. One of the to effort a healthy diet, even when food is available in markets, many and economic instability which disrupt food production and supply chains. So, for example, like the war that happened in Israel, right? Israel versus Palestine, and also the war between US and Iran. So they since they closed the Strait of Hormuz, like there was a lot of price shortages in the global food chain because of the low supply and high demand. Hence, the price increased a lot, lah. All right. So the report also explains that food insecurity is not only about hunger but also about diet quality. Many people are forced to consume cheaper, less nutritious food, which leads to long-term health problems such as malnutrition and stunning in children. Another major concern is inequality. Low income population are affected the most, while wealthier groups are less impacted by food prices increases. This gap makes it harder to achieve fair and equal access to food globally. In conclusion, the report warns that without stronger global action and investment in food system, achieving zero hunger by 2030 will remain out of reach. Governments, international organizations, and private sectors must work together to stabilize food prices and improve food distribution to support the vulnerable population. That's all from me, guys.
Well, Tashan, I completely agree with your point. Like you mentioned about inequality, that's a really great report from you. And I'm going to start talk about mine. And first of all, thank you guys. My name is Yugesh, son of Raj Babu, and my matrix card number is 2250146. And I'm going to talk about um I'm going to talk about uh, SDG4, which is education. We are officially off track to meet the 2030 education goals. While we made massive progress between 2000 and 2015, the numbers have been trending the wrong way for the last 7 years. So I'm going to talk about the three major problems that our education system has been facing up. The timeline is broken. At our current pace, we won't reach universal secondary school completion until the year 2005. We were aiming for 2030. More kids out of school. The number of out of school children and youth has risen for 7 years straight, hitting 273 million. And the third big problem is lack of money. Only 22% of countries are hitting the recommended targets for education spending, at least 4% of GDP. Most countries have actually cut their share of education funding since 2015. And the two important notions I'm going to talk about is long-term gains. Don't lose sight of the big picture. We still have way more kids enrolled in school today than we did in 2000. The new strategy, UNESCO is pivoting since global one size fits all goals aren't working. They are moving to national benchmarks where countries set specific targets that actually fit their own local budget and reality. And mandates and moving towards national benchmark, which allows country to set realistic context and specific targets based on their actual budget and local realities. Thank you guys. That's all from me.
Thank you for your report, Yugesh. Hello guys, my name is Rita Jaishankar and my matric number is 2250140. So today I'm going to discuss about the news that related to SDG for quality education. So my news title is Fewer People's Fewer Teachers. So the Minister of Education reduced the requirement of contract of service teachers for 2027. So the reduction was due to lower than expected year one registration for 6-year-old children. So MOE expected about 400,000 6-year-old applications but received only 73,000 386 students. So the ministry reduced the planned recruitment from 20,000 COS teachers to 3,150 teachers only. So the teachers will be restricted only to meet immediate staffing needs in primary schools. So the total year one enrollment is 400,000 people, including the 70,000 6-year-old plus students and 400 plus 7-year-old students. So the total intake is only achieved 12.07 percentage, which is higher than the 2026 year one intake. So the MOE is building 2,500 new classrooms at about 800 plus schools using the industrial building system, so which is IBS. So schools are also preparing to optimize classroom space and implement double section classes if necessary. So the minister is processing 4,417 teacher candidates from the Education Service Commission reserve list. So 2,633 candidates are expected to receive appointment offers soon. So the conclusion is the early entry program is optional, requires children to pass the school readiness assessment. So that's all for me, guys.
I suggest we have to take each news. Sorry, one news. So from SDG, I would rather current news, call which was about uh, SDG 2 Zero Hunger Food. So he in his point he stated that government protected 2.8 billions in fruit production subsidies despite budget cut elsewhere. So and also he also told about child stunting, which I also talked about in my point. He stated that 24.3% and about 6 million people face food insecurity due to high food prices. Idea whether should we choose it or not? You guys let me know. Yugesh, Ku, and Sweta.
I agree with Danu's point, which is SDG 4 that focus on quality education for all and lifelong learning. So Malaysia has improved because Malaysia has improved access, teacher training, and digital learning, which is UNICEF Malaysia Education 2030. So that need cooperation between government, school, and community. So I agree with Danu's point.
All right, guys.
And for STG4, I think Tengku's point is valid. Um, because I feel like Tengku's one. Uh, wait, guys. Okay. So Tengku's one is like he mentioned sustainable development is just as much as about building human potential as it is about saving the environment. It is great to see Malaysian making strides in digital learning, but we cannot ignore those rural gaps and the gaps of children with disabilities. Investing in this vulnerable group is exactly how we ensure our country's future workforce is truly inclusive.
All right, guys. So the conclusion is we chose Tanush point from SDG 2 and Tengku's point from SDG 4. So that's it. That's all, guys. Thank you so much for your time. And let's move on to the next video. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.